or just 2 or 3 keys as to what they need to keep in mind?
Good question. Yeah. See, number one, so what is business? Business is creating value. At the core, it's creating value. As a new entrepreneur, you need to understand that product, service, what information, whatever you're selling, how does it solve the people's problems, right? Okay. So that's number one thing, that you should always focus on creating value, because if you create value, in most cases, people will pay you for what you're asking for, because now you're solving a problem. Business is as basic as it is. Solve a problem, ask for the money. Solve a problem, ask for the money, right? And the problem should be solved good, should be solved at scale, because so then you're not solving one person's problem, you're solving thousands of people's problem. Look at software as a service companies. That's how you scale. Look at Coca-Cola. They don't sell one bottle, they sell thousands and millions of bottles. They solve the problem of thirst. They solve the problem of giving people cold beverages like in the hot weather, right? Let's say. So understand the problem you're solving, focus on creating value, understand that how this idea can be scaled, because that's where you're going to make the most money actually, and scale means that it gives you that leverage in terms of time also. When the scale comes in, you gain freedom as an entrepreneur to do other things. You can focus on your family. You can focus on your leisure activities. So first, create value, solve a problem. Second thing, I think what you should do in marketing is, because a lot of the marketing nowadays, especially when it comes to organic marketing, if you have time and you don't have money, that's fine, right? You can create content. Go back to the early days of how Dollar Shaving Club became this billion-dollar brand. Go back to the days how a GoPro founder, when they were broke and they were creating all of these videos in Thailand, no one knew GoPro, but those videos actually made them a billion-dollar company. So the lessons are that go and create. You don't need a lot of money. In fact, you don't have any money, you need $100, buy a $20 website hosting, create a website for yourself, right? Nowadays there are do-it-yourself platforms. Start showing up on your social media channels, right? And going after your audience. You don't need tons of money to basically go after and make your first dollar. Last thing I would say is that try to create a strategy and 3 to 5 year plan. Sometimes you need to have a macro clarity, especially when you're starting out. And last thing I would say is that business is literally like going to the gym. It doesn't happen one day that you go in and you get a six-pack and all of a sudden you win $2 million lottery. It doesn't work like that. How the way business works is you start showing up every day, and there's a tipping point comes, and then you start seeing a hockey stick growth, right? It happens with most of the companies out there, right? They reach different points. They reach the tipping points at a different point in time, right? Let's say Facebook got to the tipping point very soon, right? But some brands took years for reach to the tipping point. I was listening to there's a retail company out of Calgary. I think they're 40 years old, and now finally they started the store in West Edmonton Mall. After 40 years, it took them a lot of time to expand. They're actually competing with Sport Check, and they're in the sports arena, right? So sometimes your tipping point comes later. So always start showing up regularly, because that's, focus is not that I went to the gym and why I don't have a six-pack. That's not the focus. Focus is that I'm going to the gym and I went for 6 months, and now all of a sudden I'm seeing improvements, right? So you put systems in place, you don't focus on a habit, right? Create some systems in your business, keep doing it day in, day out. You start seeing that it will become a machine. You put in effort, time, energy, strategically, you start getting money, income, freedom, all of those things on the other side. So
awesome.